Okay, let's start with a thought experiment. What if an object could grant you, like, unimaginable power, but the cost? Your very identity.
And we don't just mean your name.
No, not just your name. Every single memory of you, poof, erased from history itself. You'd be a phantom. Right.
Yeah.
In a world that suddenly never knew you existed.
It's a chilling idea.
It really is. Today, we're plunging deep into the shadows, into the world of one of Tamriel's most enigmatic artifacts, the Gray Cowl of Nocturnal.
Yeah. And we've gathered, well, an incredible stack of sources for this deep dive. We're talking ancient lore books, some whispered through generations, epic poetic narratives.
Those are fascinating.
Aren't they? And detailed quest logs, too, which kind of chronicle historical, plus fragmented historical accounts. It's quite a puzzle.
Definitely.
We want to understand its profound and often tragic impact on the people who wear it.
And explore its really intricate connections, right, to one of the world's most powerful and, let's face it, elusive criminal organizations, the Thieves Guild, and their leader.
Exactly. The Gray Fox connection is key.
We've certainly found some surprising facts digging through this.
Oh, definitely. And a compelling narrative woven throughout it all.
Absolutely. We can't wait to share it. So let's pull back the shadows and begin.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this chilling concept, it really sits at the very heart of the Gray Cowl's mystique. It's not just a powerful item.
No, not at all.
It's a profound curse. We're diving into an artifact that quite literally severs your identity from existence. I mean, think about that.
It's hard to wrap your head around.
It is. It's not just losing your name. It's a complete and utter historical erasure.
So, at its core, the Gray Cowl is what we call a Daedric artifact. That means it's an item imbued with immense, often chaotic power from the realms beyond Tamriel.
From oblivion, essentially.
Exactly. Crafted or influenced by these beings known as Daedric princes. And this hood, specifically, was famously stolen.
Right. Stolen from Nocturnal herself, the Daedric Prince Nocturnal, the Mistress of Shadows. And this happened over 300 years ago, according to the records.
Yeah, and this wasn't just some petty theft, grabbing a few septims. This was a monumental act, a direct defiance of a powerful deity.
Huge implication.
Massive. It set in motion this chain of events that has just reverberated through centuries, affecting countless lives, shaping the entire fabric of Tamriel's underworld.
Wow.
The cowl itself. The ancient texts describe it as this incredibly old, legendary item, shrouded in mystery, whispered about only in the darkest corners.
Makes sense.
Its very existence is tied to this act of unparalleled audacity. Stealing from a Daedric prince. That takes guts. Or maybe madness.
Or both. And the curse itself. It's incredibly insidious, isn't it? Wearing the cowl doesn't just make you forget who you are.
No, that's the terrifying part. It strips the wearer of their entire identity. It removes them from all recorded history. It's like they just never existed.
You literally become a shadow to the world. A phantom figure whose past self just ceases to exist in the minds of everyone who knew them.
Can you even imagine?
I can't. Imagine being so thoroughly removed from existence that any past deeds, good or ill, everything you ever did, it's now attributed solely to the legend, the Gray Fox.
Not to you.
Not to you, the person who actually did those things. It's a total erasure, a living oblivion, kind of. Your true nature is unknown to everyone.
The text even mentioned that your very memories are hidden away, refusing to record the owner's name for anyone who encounters them. It's like a magical redaction.
It's as if you were never there, never lived, never loved, never fought, gone.
And the effect is so profound, apparently, that even if you were to take the cowl off, your identity would still be gone. You're just left as a blank slate.
Only known as the Gray Fox.
That's it.
It's a truly chilling thought. To be forgotten by everyone you ever knew, your closest family, your friends, just blank stares.
Yet, and this is where it gets really complex, this profound curse comes with immense, almost unparalleled power. That's the paradox, isn't it?
The trade-off.
Exactly. While it tragically steals your identity, it also bestows these potent magical effects. They transform the wearer into this formidable, almost supernatural force in the shadows.
Okay, like what specifically? What powers are we talking about?
Well, the lore suggests the wearer gains permanent invisibility, just gone from sight, making them virtually undetectable.
Permanent, not just temporary.
Seems to be permanent while wearing it, yes.
Yeah.
And they also get this uncanny ability to detect life within a pretty significant radius, like 120 feet, according to some sources.
So like a sixth sense, seeing through walls, essentially.
Pretty much. Imagine knowing where every living being is in a large area, regardless of obstacles. Preternatural awareness.
That's incredible for a thief.
Absolutely. And on top of that, their sneak abilities are dramatically enhanced. They move with unparalleled silence and grace, practically unheard, unseen.
And wasn't there something about being lighter?
Yes. A powerful feather enchantment makes them incredibly light on their feet, so they can bypass traps, scale walls, navigate treacherous terrain with remarkable ease, almost like floating.
So it's this fascinating contrast then, ultimate anonymity.
Coupled with supreme stealth, unparalleled awareness, and incredible agility. It effectively transforms the wearer into the living legend, into the Gray Fox.
It's a profound trade-off, an exchange of your very self for ultimate mastery of the shadows.
And this unique exchange, it really highlights a core philosophical question you see in Tamriel's lore. How much of your essence, yourself, would you surrender for absolute power?
The Gray Cowl isn't just a powerful artifact, then.
No, it's a living paradox, a vessel of ultimate stealth that demands the ultimate sacrifice, your identity. Every wearer becomes this sort of cautionary tale of ambition.
And what's really remarkable here is that this isn't just some random magical item. There's a poetic, almost fated connection woven into its lore, right? Hinting at a deeper origin.
Yes, exactly. We find this in the Song of Fromir. It's this ancient epic narrative, talks about historical events, heroic figures.
And it mentions the cowl.
It does. It refers to the cowl as a gray cowl of shadowed night. But it's not just a casual mention. The poem vividly describes a shadowy hag.
Seems to be.
Nocturnal herself, almost certainly. The Daedric Prince of Night. It describes her appearing bent and twisted in her cloak and hood, with a faceless shadow that hisses.
Creepy.
Very. And she's the one who ultimately bestows this gray cowl and the immense power it brings, according to the poem. It hints at the cowl's ancient, fated nature.
Tying it directly to Nocturnal.
Directly to the Daedric Prince of Night and her domain over shadows and secrets. It suggests this artifact wasn't just created, but was intimately tied to Nocturnal's very essence from the beginning, maybe even part of her.
Wow, that adds another layer entirely.
And that's a crucial insight. The Song of Fromir also portrays the cowl as having immense consequence for Nocturnal herself. It says, without her gray cowl of shadowed night, her hideous face forced the moons to hide themselves.
So losing it actually affected her.
That's the implication. It suggests the cowl holds this fundamental connection to Nocturnal's power, her domain over night itself. It's not merely an item she created or gave away.
It's intrinsically linked to her being, maybe a piece of her divine essence, like you said.
Precisely. So losing it or having it function outside her direct control, that would have profound implications for her. It really underscores that this isn't just a powerful artifact.
It's the artifact of shadow.
In a way, yes, intrinsically linked to the very concept of shadow and darkness in Tamriel. A direct extension of Nocturnal's will and influence, which makes its theft all the more audacious.
And the curse all the more potent.
Exactly.
So this incredible power, coupled with this terrifying curse, it all funnels into the legend of the Gray Fox himself. Which brings us to a common misconception.
Yes.
People often think the Gray Fox is just one person, right? Some immortal being, an enduring mystery who just exists outside time.
It's an easy mistake to make, given the consistency of the legend. But our deep dive into the historical texts, the guild records, it clarifies that the Gray Fox is not one person.
It's a mantle.
It's a mantle, yeah.
Right.
Dynastic title, almost.
Yeah.
A legendary identity passed down through generations of the Thieves Guildmasters. Creates this continuity of leadership spanning centuries.
But with that tragic consequence, each new wearer becomes the Gray Fox.
And their past self is immediately wiped, erased from memory, from history, a direct, chilling consequence of the cowl's curse.
A never-ending cycle of identity loss.
Where the individual just ceases to exist, and only the legend remains, leaving this trail of forgotten lives behind it. But it allows the legend to persist, even as the person wearing the cowl changes.
Okay, so where does this current cycle begin? Who was the first?
The story, in its current form, really kicks off with a guy named Emmer Daraloth. He was the original thief, the one who, over 300 years ago, committed that audacious act.
Stealing the Gray Cowl from Nocturnal.
Right from under her nose, presumably. Imagine the sheer nerves.
Worsley.
This wasn't just a theft, it was the defining moment. It sparked the cycle of the Gray Fox. When Emmer Daraloth put on that cowl, he became the first Gray Fox.
And his identity was the first to be sacrificed.
Tragically stripped away, forever lost to history. The lore specifically identifies him as the original thief who stole the Gray Cowl from Nocturnal, and makes it clear she knows it was stolen.
So she holds a grudge.
Oh, you can bet on it. It emphasizes her lingering resentment and just how monumental his crime was. This single daring act set the stage for centuries of mystery for the long line of gray foxes who followed, each one losing their true self to the cowl.
Which brings us to the figure at the heart of the most detailed accounts we have.
Ah, yes. The profound personal plight of the current gray fox. Or, well, the one whose story involves breaking the curse.
Corvus Umbranox.
Corvus Umbranox. This is where the personal tragedy becomes incredibly high. It gives us this deep human anchor to all this mystical lore.
Because he wasn't always just the gray fox?
No. It is widely documented, once you piece it together, that Corvus Umbranox is in fact Count Umbranox of Anvil, a nobleman.
So his true identity as the Count was consumed by the cowl centuries ago.
Centuries ago. Think about that. His own wife, Melona Umbranox, his entire household. They completely forgot him as Corvus.
They just saw him as what?
A mysterious stranger. Someone who would visit now and then, but they had no idea who he truly was. She didn't recognize him as her husband of 10 years.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It is. The lore mentions Corvus himself, expressing deep sorrow, even tears over this fact. It's a profound, chilling level of erasure. The most intimate bonds of love, of kinship, just wiped clean from memory.
The Corvus Umbranox has been the gray fox for over 300 years, living this life unseen, unrecognized for who he really is.
Right.
And his driving motivation then, which all the accounts seem to emphasize, it's this desperate, unwavering quest.
To break the curse, to reclaim his true self, after centuries of being held captive by it.
That level of perseverance, it's almost unimaginable. What would that actually feel like? To exist as a legend but never as yourself? To be forgotten by everyone you loved?
And to spend 3 centuries obsessing over one single monumental goal.
It really forces you to ask, like you said before, how would you define yourself if your entire past, every memory of who you were, was just gone? What is identity without history?
It's a fascinating look at the essence of identity itself and the extraordinary lengths someone might go to reclaim it. Corvus's story really underscores that behind the grand legend of the Gray Fox, there's a very human, very poignant struggle for self.
That's why his story resonates so much, I think.
Absolutely. His entire existence is defined by this pursuit of a lost self. It makes him perhaps one of the most tragic and certainly one of the most determined figures in Tamriel's history.
He's not just a master thief, then.
No, he's a man driven by this profound, centuries-old heartbreak, navigating the criminal underworld with almost singular focus on personal redemption.
But this elusive gray fox, even Corvus, isn't just a lone wolf operating in the shadows. His power, his legend, it's deeply intertwined with a much larger entity.
A vast, intricate organization working behind the scenes.
The Thieves Guild. So let's pull back the curtain on their shadowy empire for a bit. Because this isn't just, a band of petty criminals snatching purses.
Not even close. This is a sprawling, highly skilled criminal enterprise. A well-oiled machine of shadow and stealth operating extensively throughout Tamriel.
They have reach.
Oh, significant reach. The guild is known by many names across the different provinces, often called the Fingers of the Fox, or the Children of the Shadows.
Fitting names.
They perfectly capture their elusive nature and that deep, almost spiritual connection to the legendary Gray Fox. He's seen as their spiritual leader, their strategic guide.
And their influence stretches across multiple provinces.
Yes, which suggests a highly organized, disciplined network capable of coordinating complex operations far beyond simple, opportunistic theft. They're strategic planners executing large-scale, intricate heists.
What's really fascinating about the Thieves Guild, though, is their code. Their unique and often, frankly, surprising moral code.
It does set them apart.
It does. It's not just about indiscriminate stealing or causing chaos. There are strict rules that govern their operations, rules that define their character.
Rule number 1, and it seems paramount.
No stealing from fellow members.
Right. Fosters unity, trust within the ranks. Crucial for keeping an organization like that stable for centuries.
Makes sense. Then there's the second big one. No killing anyone on the job.
Yeah, which immediately sets them apart from, say, the Dark Brotherhood. They prefer stealth, non-lethal methods over brute force. Keeps the heat down, presumably.
Less attention from the authorities. Smart.
Yeah, and then there's the third rule, perhaps the most surprising one.
The one people always mention. No stealing from the poor, particularly in the Imperial City waterfront, the sources specify.
It seems almost altruistic, but it's also incredibly shrewd operationally.
How so?
Well, by not alienating the common folk, by not inciting violence against the most vulnerable, the Guild ensures a certain level of public tolerance. Fewer high-profile enemies compared to other criminal groups.
So it helps them survive long-term.
Exactly. It's almost this code of honor among thieves, a peculiar sense of justice within their shadowy empire. They might be criminals, but they operate with a certain framework.
Protecting the vulnerable also buys them silence, maybe? A degree of sympathy?
Precisely. Makes their operations run much smoother in the long run.
And this guild, it has a long history, doesn't it? Roots going back centuries, far beyond just Corvus or Emer Derelef.
Oh, absolutely. Historical accounts suggest their origins trace back to Abaw's Landing.
In Hammerfell.
That's the one. A bustling port city, known for its smugglers, its labyrinthine alleyways. Perfect birthplace for a thieves guild, really. Apparently, a local criminal gang known as the Thieves Guild was founded there way back in the Second Era.
So a deep legacy, a continuous tradition of thievery and covert ops that's adapted and persisted through different eras. They're practically an institution in the underworld.
A shadowy institution, but yes. And throughout this extensive history, many prominent members have shaped the guild's story, left their mark.
Figures whose cunning and ambition have really defined the guild's reputation and direction over time.
Exactly. For instance, you have Gallus Desidenius, not just a key figure in the Nightingales, we'll get to them, but a guildmaster whose tragic demise sparked events that exposed Mercer Frey's treachery.
Mercer Frey. His time as guildmaster. That was a dark chapter, wasn't it? Secretly plundering the guild's resources.
Shows the constant threat of internal corruption, even in organized crime. Then you have figures like Carlia, very cunning, and Brynjolf, more steadfast. Instrumental in the Skyrim branch, guiding the guild back from near ruin.
And the legendary Baron Zaya. Her connections run deep.
Invaluable political and social insight there. And gentleman Jim Stacy, another former guildmaster, remembered for his unique strategies, a certain flair.
Even someone named Joffre Iceblade wore the cowl at one point.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Adding to that long line of forgotten identities, each of these figures plays a vital role in this intricate tapestry of the guild. It's a complex narrative. Ambition, loyalty, betrayal, all under the shadow of the Gray Fox.
And within the guild itself, there's an even more elite group. More secretive.
Yes. The Nightingales. These aren't just master thieves. They are deeply pledged to Nocturnal herself, going far beyond the guild's standard code.
So a direct pact with the Daedric Prince.
Exactly. The lore describes them as a trio, usually of highly skilled, almost mystical thieves, dedicated to the direct service of Nocturnal. They are her champions, guardians of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Her sacred domain in oblivion.
That's the one, protecting her influence, her artifacts. They uphold this ancient oath, binding them to Nocturnal even after death. Their souls are said to vanish into Evergloam, her realm, eternally bound to her service.
Wow. And they have a connection to another artifact.
A very significant one. The skeleton key. This isn't just a simple lockpick. It's a powerful Daedric artifact, often misunderstood. It's intrinsically associated with unlocking hidden potential, revealing untapped abilities.
So not just physical locks.
No, much more profound. It further solidifies their unique link to the Prince of Shadows. It embodies her domain over secrets, hidden truths. It really elevates them above mere mortals in their pursuit of shadow and knowledge.
Okay, so all these intricate threads, the cowl, the forgotten identities, the sprawling guild, these Daedric pacts, they all converge, don't they?
They do. In the culmination of Corvus Umbranox's centuries-long struggle.
The ultimate heist.
Exactly. This isn't just any robbery. This is an audacious, centuries-in-the-making scheme, meticulously planned to address the Gray Fox's deepest, most personal desire.
The grand plan, as the quest logs detail it, steal an Elder Scroll.
An Elder Scroll, yes, from the impenetrable Imperial Palace Library. Now, for anyone listening who might not know, Elder Scrolls aren't just texts. They are prophetic, reality-altering artifacts. Immense, often unpredictable power that can reshape destiny itself.
And the aim wasn't wealth or power for the guild.
No, what's crucial here is that the aim was solely to lift the Cowl's ancient curse, to restore Corvus Umbranox's lost identity as Count Umbranox.
This was a heist for freedom.
Absolutely. A heist for personal freedom, an act of desperation, yes, but also unwavering will to reclaim a life tragically stolen. The Elder Scroll is the key, the only known artifact capable of altering such a powerful Daedric enchantment.
A truly audacious gamble against fate itself.
Completely. And to achieve this impossible feat, the Gray Fox employed this incredible strategy involving unique artifacts and a ridiculously detailed plan.
Right, the tools, like the arrow of extrication.
Yes, a unique arrow. Yeah. Essential for navigating the complex magical defenses of the Imperial Palace. Once fired, It could apparently bypass even the most intricate locks, trigger mechanisms from a distance, opening paths otherwise impossible.
And the boots of Spring-Heel-Jack.
Legendary boots, providing incredible agility, movement capabilities, allowing the wearer to leap great distances, bypass deadly traps, obstacles with ease, named after another legendary thief, fittingly.
So the heist itself was a masterpiece of planning.
Oh, absolutely. Navigating ancient city sewers, old catacombs beneath the city, and there was a perfectly timed entry using the Glass of Time artifact.
What did that do?
A powerful hourglass, apparently, that could temporarily freeze time in a localized area, allowing passage past vigilant patrols, every step, every tool chosen for one monumental purpose.
Break the unbreakable curse. Bring Corvus Umbranox back to himself after 300 years.
And the resolution? Well, it's nothing short of profound. And incredibly satisfying for Corvus, validating those centuries of determination.
He did it. The heist worked.
Against all odds, yes. Successfully executed. The ultimate consequence. Corvus Umbranox's identity as Count Umbranox of Anvil was finally restored.
After more than 300 years of being forgotten.
As the stranger, yeah. He was remembered. By those who had forgotten him, his wife, Malona, who had only known him as this mysterious visitor, suddenly recognized him. Her beloved husband.
Wow.
The sources are emphatic. Count Umbranox is remembered as her husband. The curse has been broken. It's a truly monumental achievement, a direct challenge and triumph over a powerful Daedric curse.
But what about the cowl itself? Does it just vanish?
No, and this is crucial. It fundamentally alters the legacy of the Gray Cowl. Well, the cowl continues to exist, continues to pass to the new guildmaster.
The curse on it is broken. For future wearers.
Definitively broken for all future wearers. Subsequent Gray Foxes will not lose their identities upon wearing the cowl.
That changes everything.
It fundamentally changes its legacy. It breaks that cycle of identity erasure that plagued its wearers for centuries, which raises a really important question, doesn't it?
What does it truly mean to overcome a Daedric curse? Something seemingly immutable, woven into the fabric of magic.
And what are the long-term implications for the balance of power in Tamriel, now that such an ancient, terrifying cycle has been broken? It shows that even divine will, maybe, can be subverted by mortal determination.
A testament to unwavering will against Daedric fate.
Precisely.
So, as we kind of reach the end of our deep dive here, it feels essential to reinforce the force that's been behind so much of this lore. The true roots of the shadow woven throughout this whole narrative.
You have to talk about Nocturnal.
Nocturnal, the Daedric Prince at the heart of it all.
Yeah, she's the pervasive Daedric Prince of Night, Luck, and Shadows. Not just some distant deity, she's the ultimate patron of the Thieves Guild, and especially those elite Nightingales, the ones who serve her directly through those ancient pacts.
Her influence shapes their very existence, their code, their worldview.
Absolutely. Yeah. She's known by many titles, all reflecting her vast, enigmatic domain. Mistress of Shadows, Lady the Twilight, Empress of Murk, even Lady Luck.
Lady Luck.
Yeah, as she subtly influences the fortunes of those who walk in darkness. Her very presence defines the shadowy underworld. She's a central, inescapable figure in the lore of thievery and secrets.
And her plane of oblivion, Evergloom. You mentioned it earlier. It sounds as mysterious as the cowl itself.
It is. A realm of perpetual twilight and shadow. The sources describe it as intrinsically linked to the cowl's power. A plane filled with bizarre, shifting landscapes where light is always dimmed, obscured, bathes in this eerie perpetual gloom.
And the souls of dead Nightingales reside there.
So it said, permanently tied to her service, even in death, serving her for eternity. Evergloom contains specific locales, too, like the Shadow Perilous, a place of trial. Crowswood, this twisted forest of dark secrets. The Garden of Shadows, all extensions of her dark influence and power.
Places of worship. Or training.
Or eternal rest for her devoted followers. It's a dimension where shadow itself has physical form, permeates everything.
And we have to quickly reiterate the skeleton key again.
Absolutely. Beyond its role with the Nightingales, unlocking potential. It's another significant Daedric artifact, directly connected to Nocturnal and the Twilight Sepulchre.
One of her most powerful artifacts.
Yes, symbolizing her domain over secrets, hidden knowledge. It represents access not just to locked doors, but to concealed truths, untapped inner power within individuals. Its existence just underlines her position as the Queen of Shadows, the ultimate arbiter of fate and fortune for those who walk in darkness, constantly influencing her followers whether they realize it or not.
A profound connection between the Daedric Prince and the very nature of mystery and discovery.
Well put.
Wow, what an incredible journey we've taken. Right into the heart of a chilling curse, a centuries-long quest for identity, and the intricate workings of a shadowy empire.
From the profound power of the Gray Cowl
to the deeply personal tragedy and ultimate triumph of Corvus Umbranox.
And the complex, often surprising machinations of the Thieves Guild.
All under that pervasive, watchful influence of Nocturnal.
It's quite a story. And the story of the Gray Cowl and the Gray Fox, it really is a powerful reminder, isn't it? That even the most binding curses, these seemingly insurmountable forces of fate, they can be broken by unwavering will, by audacious planning.
Definitely.
And it also raises that important question for you, listening right now. If an artifact could truly steal your identity, erase every memory of who you were from the minds of others, how would you define yourself? Without your history, your memories, the recognition of those you love.
What aspects of your own identity do you hold most sacred?
And what would you sacrifice to reclaim them if they were lost? Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've gained a new perspective, maybe some surprising insights into this really fascinating corner of Tamrielic lore.
We certainly enjoyed digging into it.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.